This video is going to answer a question which we received yesterday from one of our users who said that they use flashing cells. Flashing cells is a function which basically, as you imagine, it allows cells to flash when they change. By default, it's up for green, it's down for red, and they flash for half a second. You can change it. But what they wanted in their example was for the whole row to flash, and not only for the whole row to flash, but to stay flashed until they kind of clear it. The idea being that these weren't kind of, things that change. Often these were things that change very rarely, and if they were away from their desk for a bit, when they came back, they wanted to see what had changed. And they asked how you can do this in AdapTable. And so we'll show you how. So first of all, let's turn off the flashing for that cell. In this grid here, the GitHub stars are randomly moving every second, just so you can kind of see things change. So the way to do it is through flashing cell, and you create a new flashing cell. So we can say all columns, and we can say any change. And then the key thing is in this setting stage, the third stage. As we said, by default, the target is a cell for 500 milliseconds, but we will make the target always, and instead of cell, we will make the row flash. And now, when we finish, you can now see that every second when we have our random change, the whole row stays there, and it will stay there until kind of you clear it. And you can clear it in two ways. You can either right click and say clear flashing row, or we have an API method to allow you to clear all the flashing rows, and we've added a dashboard button here that kind of does that for us. So that's it, that's all it is. You can create the flash, and then you can just say you want it to be forever on all rows. But of course you can kind of go further than that. So let's suspend this one, and let's clear all the flashing rows. And now let's add a second one, because you can make your flashing much more targeted. And explain what I mean. So again, we can say we will do all columns, but instead of doing a predicate which is any change, this time, and there's lots of other predicates that you can choose, we will do a query. So we will say we're only interested in flashing a row where, and then you can kind of make it meet a certain rule. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of functions you can add. We'll keep this one very simple. We will say we're only interested where the language is equal to TypeScript. So we only want changes where the language is equal to TypeScript. Again, let's do a whole row and keep it there for forever. And then just to show you can make other changes, we can change it. So for instance, instead of making it that dark green, we'll make the up color a lighter green. Instead of that red, let's use kind of orange for down. And then any neutral changes, actually won't have any because it's only a number column changing. But these are like, obviously this allows you to listen for string column changes, for instance, and then you would still get a flash when it happens. So there we are, we've changed the style, and more importantly, we're saying it's only going to row now, only going to flash now when the row is TypeScript. So now when we finish, we will start seeing the flashes come in. There we are, because this is a TypeScript row, and it was a down, it's using our new orange, and as they come in, they will change. They'll be less frequent because obviously there's fewer rows which are TypeScript. So there we are, we've created a flashing rule to decide when it will flash, and more importantly, we've said that it will be the whole row irrespective of which cell actually changed, and to keep it there until I can come back and then I can see it. In fact, we won't go into it in this video, but in fact we also have data change history. So in fact, let's quickly do that now. Why not? So for instance, if I go into my dashboard very quickly, I wasn't planning to do this, but why not? So let's create a new tag, and let's do data changes, and let's turn on data change tracking. We can now see, as well as kind of things flashing, we're able to actually see kind of what's changed, whether it was a ticking change, a user change, etc., etc. And then obviously if you wanted to, you could map those up to see kind of what happened, when it happened, and why. So there we are, that's row flashing. I hope it was interesting. As always, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please get in touch, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.